Hello, this is Patrick from XPression, and I'd like to introduce you to the XPression Maps 3.2 and higher HTML5 client for MOS workflows. Okay, I'm in Inception News and I've got my XPression MOS ActiveX plugin open. Again, this will work with the XPression MOS ActiveX or it will work with the XPression HTML5 plugin. Either one, they work the same. In there, I've picked a template, and I've got one for a full screen graphic, and I'm using it from a late local news template, and that'll mean something to you in a minute. I'm going to come down on my toolbar down at the bottom, and I'm going to choose Open MAM. From Open MAM, I'm going to select my Maps server. So when I click Maps, that will launch the HTML5 plugin. It's a web page. So all you need to do, your administrator should have created an account on the system for you. So you need a login, which is your username and password. And again, they will provide that to you. That does not come from Ross, that comes from your local administrator. I'm going to click Login. And once I do that, this brings me to the initial view of what I see here, and I'm going to explain the main areas. I'm going to have a browsing window which will either show me templates or scenes, and it will show me also my preview image while I'm working. I've got a navigation panel here that will change based on a few things. I've got what I'm going to call a title bar. Right below the title bar is a menu bar, which again will change under certain things. I've got my user control. In other words, this is I can modify my account. I can come in here and I can, if I have administrative rights, I can manage other users. If I don't have it, I'll just see it. And also this home icon, if I click on the home icon, it brings me back to this position. So what I want to do is I want to create a map, and I'm going to look under new, and again, new are ones that I see templates I create when I want to create, or I look at saved, which are maps that somebody else has created. And again, in that navigation panel, if I choose a different navigation panel, I will find different assets in here for the browsing function. I'm going to go into new, and I want to create a new map under local news, and my graphics team has created 4 templates for me. I have a contiguous United States map, I have the state of North Carolina, which is where I happen to be, I have a Wake County map, which is a smaller region here, so I could use that to zoom into cities, and I have a street level map. I also want to point out that if you notice there's an icon here, it's a piece of film with a play button that indicates these are animation templates. This one is a picture of a mountain, and it's literally a still image, and it indicates these are still maps. I'm going to choose the state map. I get the state map shown to me, and what I can see here, the state of North Carolina is highlighted, and I can also see the regions, which here in the United States, the regions generally are counties, and then they break into cities. What I want to do is I want to show a location where I'm looking for Wake County. And when I search that, I have the ability to see it zoomed into it, and I want to find it in my list here, so I'm going to come down and find Wake County in my list. And when I find it, I'm going to click on it, and when I click on the plus sign in the navigation area, it will place Wake County on the map. And I can add shape styles to this, and again, a shape style make this a different color. I'm going to choose under Edit. I have a couple different choices. I have a region by default. I have one called NC County Selected. I have that, and then I'm going to move this around. I'm dragging it with my mouse, and to zoom in or out, if I have a scroll wheel on my mouse, I can use that to change the the zoom level that I'm working with. If I don't have a scroll wheel, I can go to Scene, and I can see here where it says zoom level, and I can change it there by clicking on the upper or lower arrows inside there. Okay, now this is Wake County. This is what I want to show. So I'm showing here, I can also see I've got city labels here. And again, these are information layers. And again, information layers are things to help you as the graphic artist or as the end user to find locations. So they're on the map, but when I render them, they won't be there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Cary, because that's one of the town labels. And I'm going to click on Raleigh, it's another town label. And when I turn information layers off, notice they stayed. For example, Durham is not selected, it disappears. So that's what I want to have on my map at this point using these functions, because my art department has declared that's the colors and styles and everything they wanted. I'm going to click on this little icon here in the flight control or the flight point. That's my end location. And right next to it, it'll take me to the first frame and the last frame of my animation. So that's what the art department gave me as a starting point. This is what I've declared as an endpoint, and the endpoint is found by using the search tool, and then I can also reposition it. Now, that's what I want to have. So I'm going to take this, and I've clicked on Save. I'm going to go and name it. I'm going to call it, get rid of the other text that's in here. I'm going to call it Wake County Zoom. And I'm going to give it a location. So navigation will pop up here, and what I've got is the navigation toolbar, which we'll talk about in a different video. And I have different places I can save it. This is for my local news and is a regional map. So I'm going to click on regional maps and click select. Once I do that, you can see the icon for save is highlighted in orange. If I click on that, great. Next thing I do, see what says media ID. I grab the tag, I click and hold and drag. And again, a drag is when I click and hold the left mouse button, and then I drag it into the location I want to drop it in, and then I let go of the left mouse button. And it will place the name of what I've created, and if you look in your XPression Moss plugin, you'll notice that you'll see the information about it rendering that map. It's finished. You can see that it's downloaded. There's my map, and if I click the play button, the map will zoom in with the animation on my template if my graphics team has designed it properly for me, and that will show me what the viewers will see at home during the broadcast. So I can see there that I've got Wake County selected. I can see that I've got Cary and Raleigh also selected on my map. Let's go back to the map because I want to make a couple changes. Let's say Cary isn't big enough. I want to grab the corner and I can scale it up. And again, I will see underneath it the information layer. So maybe I want to turn those off so they don't confuse me. And I also have Raleigh here. So I can scale that up. Now they're going to overlap a little bit. So what I'm going to do here instead is I'm going to go in. If I wanted to change the labels here, if you know up on the title bar, there's a little arrow here. If I click on it, that will expand and I will have a choice of labels and drawings. I'm going to choose labels. And Raleigh is the state capital. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to click on state capital text because that's what I have here, the label for state capital. And then I'm going to click on where Raleigh is, and I can now go in and edit that. And you can see right now it says new text. I'm going to type in Raleigh. Perfect. I'm going to click on the original layer of Raleigh. Let me hit the delete key to make that go away. And now that I've got this label here, I can move this around if I choose to, and I can also scale it bigger by grabbing the corner. Now I'm going to do the same thing for Cary. Except Cary isn't the state capital, it's just a city, so I'm going to use a red locator. So I'm going to click red locator. I'm going to click on the map. I'm going to come over to the edit panel and I'm going to type in Cary. I'm going to click on the old Cary label. I'm going to hit the delete key on my keyboard to make it go away. And I'm going to not only move this the other direction, but I'm also scaling it up. So now I've got Cary and Raleigh for labels. I'm going to go to my scene, save. I'm going to just save over it again in the same location. And I'm going to drag the tag down into my template. There you go. Now it's downloading, and there it is. I'm going to play this map again, and if I click the stop button that rewinds my map, I click the play button, that will play the animation. And if my designers have built the template correct, which I'm pretty sure they have, I'll see this zoom into my Wake County map, and then I'll see the labels for Cary and Raleigh appear on my animation. So that's a brief introduction to the XPression Maps HTML5 plugin for the XPression Moss workflow.